So just going to NXT for a second here. How'd you get noticed by them? Like, who notices you? How do you get signed? Like, how do you get into NXT?
So I got in around the time of when AEW was hiring talent and WWE wanted the talent. You know what I'm saying? It was around that hoarding time where both companies were kind of bringing people in left and right. And I was working. It was Gabe that contacted me, and then I talked to Canyon, and then had a tryout, and then I guess I stuck out in the tryout, and they hired me. Yeah, so I got in around the pandemic time, which is when everybody was getting scooped up left and right.
So probably Gabe was scouting you. Obviously, he knows the indies, maybe
Yeah,
knows better
I
than
was. Yeah,
anybody. But
yeah,
yeah,
he's the guy. He is the scout guy. He was back then. I don't know. I think he might be again now. I don't know. I read the dirt sheets. That's it.
yeah. Now you're talking about like hoarding and stuff. Was that known? Like that? Oh, they're gonna try to
I don't.
scoop
I
up all
don't
these
think. I
guys.
don't think. I just think hoarding is what I saw online. I don't know necessarily that hoarding. The way they described it to me was like, normally we like to let you like, you know, flavor out, whatever, get your reps in, stuff like that, and then like we'll talk to you, we'll have a conversation, then we'll go from there. But nowadays things are like, oh, we need to, we don't really have that time anymore. Like if we see the talent, we want it. So I wouldn't say that hoarding. Hoarding was just a word that they used to describe it online. So I figured it would be easier to say it like that. But yeah, you could see that AEW was signing people and WWE were signing people left and right. So yeah, I got scooped up into WWE.
Did you think like at that point it's like, man, they're trying to get me to not go to AEW? You were thinking that okay,
No, I think so. Obviously, as a young wrestler, like as a young fan, WWE was the place, like
yep,
there was no AEW when I was around. It was WWE, New Japan, but like in the States, it was WWE. So obviously, I've always wanted to go to WWE. So of course, I'm going to take that opportunity. And like they were just the first ones to be there, and like it was a place that I wanted to go. Like I mean, I don't know. I can't tell you if I would have done anything differently. Like I would tell you that I probably would have went to WWE either way, because that's a place that I always wanted to be. It was a dream of mine to go there. So like, yeah, that I wouldn't say that like, it was like, oh, they're trying to keep me away from AEW. No, it's like, do you want to work for WWE? Of course I do. I don't think it was them trying to keep me away from anything.
so when you get there, obviously you said WWE is the goal, the dream. Were you excited, nervous? What was the thought process?
Um, I'd say nervous and excited. I think it's a bit of both because like you're stepping into a different type of world. Um, this is a big television show. There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of this, a lot of that. But overall, they 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 it's the same thing. Like you're wrestling to have fun. Like if you're not having fun, you're just beating your body up. And being in WWE, like it's not. You're gonna be nervous. You're gonna be excited, but like you shouldn't be like scared or like like super nervous to where you can't do your job because it's about having fun. Like this is a dream. Like this is a dream job. Not everybody gets to work for WWE. Not everybody ever. Like some people never even go there. Some
Yeah.
people never even make it to any other promotions. So like it's you got to have fun. So I mean I was nervous and I was excited, but like I wasn't nervous to where like, oh, like I don't know if I can do all my stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to operate under the pressure. No, like I knew I could, and I just wanted to have fun.
As fans on the outside looking in, it's like, all right, he's not gonna be able to do all that awesome shit that he normally does. Is that ever like brought up? Like, oh, you got to slow it down, or don't do the, don't be as athletic as you. Is that ever said?
No, no. Anytime that I like, so they had these practice matches or whatever, and I would always go all out. And like at a practice match, you shouldn't be doing some of the things that I was doing, but I was doing it
Right.
anyways. Because like
Yeah.
the way I see it is those skills brought me to the dance. Like you noticed me because I did all this wild, crazy stuff. So why you hired me because I did that? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want me to do that? So no, I don't. That there was never a time where people were like, you need to peel it back. I've never been told that. Like sometimes they were like, I would suggest an idea and they'd be like, maybe you could do something cooler, and I'm like, you're probably right. I was just saying this because of that. But yeah, there was never a time that they told me to pull it back.
Did they like the practice matches?
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, like, obviously, you want the criticism because you want to know where you can get better from their standpoint. But there was never like any like, oh, you sucked. There was never any of that.
Who's like watching the match, so to speak, or who's grading the match, or whatever you want?
All coaches are watching it. It's all the PC coaches are gonna watch whatever's going on.
At that point, was Regal still there at that point?
Yes.
So is he kind of the main guy, or was Michaels the main guy?
No, the head coach is Matt Bloom.
Oh, right, right,
Matt
okay.
Bloom runs it. Regal is there. And when he's not there always there, but he was there and he was watching. And when he watched the match, he'd always give you advice. Always, always, always. Especially if he wanted you to ask him. Michaels as well. Michaels wasn't at all of them. He's a busy man. He's running the thing, so like he's not going to be there at all of them. But Matt Bloom was there at every single one. It's his job. Like he's always making sure he can put the best product there, and he's always making sure these guys can get the best reps and the best advice that they can get. So yeah, Matt Bloom was the guy.
What advice did Regal give you?
So I've always been really close with Regal ever since I got there. Like he watched my tryouts, and then from me getting there, he obviously gave me a lot of advice. And you know, um, I don't know, man. I had a lot of advice from Regal. Like Regal, he can talk and like and he's full of knowledge. He's like a library of this stuff. And so I mean, like I received a lot, and it might be too much to tell. So I mean, I don't know. It was a lot.
But that's awesome that he's making sure that he's helping everybody there.
100%. And even when I got released, like he shot me a text and he's like, anytime you ever, hold on, let me plug my phone up. He's like, anytime you ever need me to, watch some of your stuff, like anytime you need anything, just reach out to me. So he's always been like very good to me.
Very cool. So your first match, if I remember correctly, in NXT was a huge one. You faced the
Yes.
Kushida right off the bat. Kushida, obviously, awesome legend, was great in New Japan. Maybe a little bit of a rough going in the U.S., but it is what it is over here. He still was great. What
Right.
did you think about that? I mean, you're being thrown to the fire, thrown to the wolves right away.
Watching the cruiserweight division growing up and to have my first match, not only against like a cruiserweight legend, but for the cruiserweight championship, that was I was like, whoa. So that was a big moment for me as well. But I've watched Sheeta since I don't know, man. Like ever since I wanted to be a wrestler, man, I would study Kushida and I would watch a lot of Japan Kushida. And so when they told me that, man, when they told me that, let me get my headphones set up. So sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Let me just get disconnected here. Um, they might be connected, they might not be. Oh well. Back to talking about the match with Kushida, man. I knew I think I knew like 3 weeks beforehand. They told me like, oh yeah, we're gonna do Carmelo first, and then you're gonna do it in 2 weeks after that. And I was like, sweet, So like I was thinking of ideas already like crazy. And yeah, man, when I talked to Kushida, like he was like, you have idea, and I was like, so many, and he's like, very good. Let's do whatever. And so yeah, man, is Kushida let me wrestle the match that I wanted to do, and yeah, I couldn't have been more happy with the match.
Man, it's like they throw you right out there. Cruiserweight title, first match with part of NXT versus Kushida. It's like, man, well, like almost putting faith and trust in you right off the bat.
Yeah, man. So it's funny because um, one of those practice matches, like my first week, I think it might have been my first or second week there. We had those practice. It was like the week of practice shows, and I wrestled Carmelo. Sorry, I wrestled Carmelo, and you headphones, but I don't need them. I wrestled Carmelo in one of those practice matches, and the coaches loved it, and I think that really opened the doors for us to both be like, okay, we're gonna debut these guys against Kushida in the Open Challenge. So yeah, it's worked out from there ever since.
Yeah, I mean, great start, great throw out there. Why the name Trey Baxter? Where did that come from?
So this actually, so it's a funny story. I sent in a bunch of names. Like they ask you, like, oh, like what kind of names do you want to do? And I sent in a bunch. And I think Trey was mixed with something else, and Baxter was also mixed with something else, and I guess it just got picked, or I might have chose. I don't know. I sent in a bunch of names, but yeah, like Trey Baxter was just the one they picked.
That is funny because you never know with some of the names. They just seem so random. It's like, okay, he's Blake Christian, like he's Trey Baxter. Was there ever any consideration, like, can I be Blake Christian?
I asked, but my real name is like that, so they're like, oh, we can't own like a real name. But I did ask them, but yeah, it just didn't work out.
Trey Baxter. That just seems so random. That's like I always
It's
joke around. There's a
different.
name generator. It's like Trey Baxter. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
a
I mean,
name generator.
we are the name generator. We make it. We send in a list, and they pick them.
Do you have any say, like as far as like I didn't like that one, or they're pretty much like, nope, you like it.
Um, no, no. They ask you like, are you okay with this? And like, if you don't like it, then they're like, nah. But yeah, they're not gonna let you go out there and be called something that you don't want to be called. It's not like it's forced upon you. They find a name that they think they like, and then they ask you like, if are you okay with this? If not, we send in another list. We'll get another list. It's not like that at all. It's a very easy process. Like they ask you, oh, do you want to be called this? Yeah, that's fine.
What do you think about Triple H? Was he down there a lot when you were there?
So Triple H was there when I started. Obviously the first match with Kushida or whatever. This one gimmick was pitched to me that I was totally okay with. You know, at the time I was like, oh, I wanna be on TV and use the best way I can. So maybe this is it. And they pitched it to me, and Triple H shot it down. He's like, no, this guy's a wrestler. Let's let him wrestle. Put him in there with Kushida, and I'm very grateful for that. I got that opportunity. Um, but when 2.0 came around, that's when Triple H was out with the heart issues or whatever.
Yep.
He was recovering from that, and really, we didn't take our business to him because he's recovering this with his family. So it was Sean's show. So Sean was running things, and we even made like a video for Triple H and stuff like that. But yeah, Triple H was there for the beginning of it, but not towards the end.
Are you allowed to say what the gimmick was that he did want you to do?
I prefer not to,
Okay,
like
I was thinking that. Yeah.
it's out there on TV now, but yeah, it's the well, the guy they gave it to is a tremendous wrestler, and I love him to death. So I'm very thankful that they gave it to somebody that would do well with it.
He didn't think it fit you, I guess.
Um, I don't know. When we first talked about it, like it was when we first talked about it, it was like they were shooting it down because that's not what NXT was. But NXT became something different when it became 2.0. It was more colors, more young audience, stuff like that. So the gimmick very much fit this 2.0 audience, and they were all for it. Even John Laurinaitis was high on me too. But things just don't work out, and sometimes you get cut. It's okay. It's part of life. I knew what I was signing up for when I signed that contract. Like I said, man, I didn't want to live my WWE career in fear of getting released. I wanted to have fun. So it is what it is.
Did you like 2.0? Like going back for a second, like did you like that, or do you think that was I don't know about like does it really need to be 2.0? We're still NXT.
Uh, I think I don't think I really had like any dislike or like favoritism over anything. I like wrestling, and I think NXT Black and Gold era was a lot of more wrestling. But WWE is forever expanding, and they're always going to push the boundaries, and they're always going to do what they think is best for business. So at the time, 2.0 was best for business, and like Triple H said it himself, like they make stars, and they're going to produce like the best product on TV, and they're always going to go that route. So I enjoyed what I got to do on 2.0. I enjoyed a lot of the other stuff that they were doing on 2.0. So I mean, I don't know. I think it goes back to what's like your flavor, like what type of stuff do you like, stuff like that. And I personally I liked it. So I mean, it is what it is.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.